Nigeria's economic potential is constrained by many structural issues, including inadequate infrastructure, tariff and non-tariff barriers to trade, obstacles to investment, lack of confidence in currency valuation, and limited foreign exchange capacity. The Director General of the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs, Egoza Emmanuel Osage, in a speech stated that Nigeria cannot do what others are doing, but can strengthen their capacity of trade by consolidating comparative advantages as part of the global economy. Speaking to KAFTAN television, Professor Osage aired his view on the need for Nigerian government to review tariffs negotiation trade.
Tariffs, have international reference points, and markets all over the world respond one way or the other to these very international um, stimuli. So in Nigeria, these things again are negotiable as economic climates and circumstances change. The private sector, the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, the shippers, and all of the industrialists in the country can get round with government to discuss these things. These are not things that are done by imposition. We have seen in the past, that through negotiation and through interventions by well-meaning Nigerians, the government has had to review some of those tariffs.
So these things are at two levels. There is a government level, there is a private sector level. At the government level, those people who negotiate trade agreements on our behalf by government, they need to have their capacity strengthened, enhanced. And then for those people in the private sector who have to negotiate investment deals and all that, they also need to understand the process of negotiation and the things that are involved.
The stakeholders, however, stated the importance of educating those involved in trade negotiation to help understand the strategies of negotiation. Speaking further, the guest speaker, Emmanuel Olusegun Ogunyowo, stated why the government needs to look into and support those in private sectors as they are the main drivers of the economy in the country.
It's the government to think, if these are the people who are driving the economy, why don't we support them? Why don't we give them some leeway to make it easier for them? There are some taxes that should not be there. Once you know this person is supporting you, support the person too. Let's remove multiple layers of taxations. There are people who are, once you have a receipt that you have been charged or taxed at the local government, why do you need to also still be taxed at the state and other levels? Let's be just one. We know we need money, we want to generate, but there are so many sources that the government is using to generate. Let us not stifle those who are struggling to come up, who are supporting the economy.
We need to have more private sector participation in the negotiation framework, because at the moment the framework is about state parties. We need to have private sector officially play a role in the negotiation so that it will be very easy for them to implement. And when it comes to dispute resolution, then their interests have been factored in. So that's very, very critical. Then also, there's also an attempt to produce a regional AFCTS strategy that will show also how, as a region, we are progressing together, because we already have a history of going very far in the implementation of trade and regional integration agenda in ECOWAS. So AFCTA is just an extension of the efforts we're having so far for many years in ECOWAS. And there are very important instruments that will help us more, which is like the trade dispute resolution mechanism. It will be of great help to us. So we need to be sure that we have set up the correct institution required to handle trade disputes.
Nigeria have huge population with intellectual private sectors. If tariffs are reduced for manufacturer of goods with proper trade negotiation, it will help boost the economic growth of the nation.